Well, hello, it's Tom Rush here, Rush Reviews, and I'd like to give you a little look at a knife that I bought 14 years ago now, and it was from a business over in the US, and this is it. Here's the Tops Shango, put out by a fellow, or designed, I should say, by a fellow named Joe Flowers, who I believe you probably know him over there better than we do. He's bushcraft expert, and I believe he's pretty well known over there. So it's one of his early designs. He's put out quite a few designs. This happens to be one of the, well, he might have done others before this, but yeah, certainly one of the designs that caught my eye. This is just a little 2.7-inch blade, about a 6 inches in length. He designed it, I believe, with the idea that if you got stuck in the bush with just one knife, this little knife, and by little it's pretty small, will suffice to get you through, supposedly, if you got the skills. So it is, as I say, 440C. It's got the grey powder coating. It's got a slot down the centre of the handle. That slot is so that you can lash your paracord around it, which is excellent for giving it a makeshift handle. It is also, with that 440C, rust resistant, and has the ability to be able to be sharpened easily. So I like that aspect of it, because I'm not the best sharpener, but I've had a crack at it, and I have actually taken the edge down that was 25-degree edge, which was a little bit like a chisel. And if you have a look at the spine, you can see it's actually quite a thick stock. I'll measure that for you in a second. But you're looking at a relatively thick knife, so I felt it almost a must, getting that edge a little bit of a narrower profile, a little bit slicier. So I worked on that for a fair bit and got a better edge, or one that suited my purpose better. And it's almost like a little bit of a convex edge that I've put onto that one. It's also got at the back this is another design cue from Joe, and he's done the little cutout there, which is quite ingenious. It's simple, but like most things in life, the simple things are the best. And he's been able to make it that it scrapes, for instance, your magnesium, because it did come with a magnesium rod, and you just scrape off the magnesium particles. They fall down there, you get the ferro rod, strike it, and whoa, you have a fire. And that came actually like on a bead chain on this knife that allowed you to have the whistle. It had the sharpener on it, a little cheap sharpener, and it also had the can opener, little P38 or whatever they call those can openers, the military ones, along with the magnesium / ferro rods, so that you could basically have fire, you could signal, you had the sharpening tools so that you could keep it sharp, the bead chain to keep it all together, along with that can opener in case you remember to bring came across or remember to bring a can of or quite a few cans of beans or whatever to keep you kicking. So nice little fella. I thought I'd look. This has been decommissioned now. This was actually, I'll give you a look at this. This came with the knife, and this is Tops. Obviously put this in it, and it's model number Shango 2009. So yeah, 14 years ago. It's 2023 now. So it's got the just a little guarantee from Mike Fuller, the owner of Tops Knives. So nice to get something like that from Mike, and I'll keep that with it. Who knows? Might be worth a fortune one day. So it came with this Kydex sheath. Now, as far as Kydex sheaths goes, they do a great job or they do a terrible job depending on who puts them out. And sometimes even the ones who put them out can muck them up from time to time. This one's not too bad. It clicks in okay. Alright, and it has some rattle though, which it's meant to be, I think it's meant to be a neck knife. So of course if it's rattling away like that, it's going to be quite a pain. If you try to be low key with that knife around your neck. But hey, you could heat that up, flatten it down a bit. I just never have because I don't wear it as a neck knife. And yeah, then basically quiet it up, make it a little bit less noisy. But yeah, that's about it. There's not a lot to talk about with this one. I did, as I say, put the paracord wrap on it, which was very simple thanks to that slot. A couple of tie-off points and even a hole for, I just put that on to give you a look at you can put a lanyard on it. So it's nice that they do include that for people that do like lanyards. And with this sort of knife, being a shorter blade, shorter knife, shorter handle, it's small means it's nice to have something to hang on to. So if you use that, you can just get that bit more purchase. It definitely helps. What do I think of it? I'd give this one if it's out of 10, I'd give it a 7. If it was better steel, instead of 440C, which, hey, it's a stainless, it's good steel, one of the older steels. However, I do feel the thickness, which I will just measure for you now. Okay, so let's have a little measure. First of all, yeah, it's zeroed. And we have on the handle thickness, so that is 4mm. So it's pretty thick stock. But by the same token, survival, isn't it? So I suppose that stock is a good thing if you had to dig with it, if you had to use to get a foothold, you jab that into a tree or something, you just need that extra step up. This knife would actually do it. You could belt it with a rock and it would survive. You could belt it many times and it would survive. So you could use it as a tool, as it's meant to be used. The just behind the blade there, to give you some idea, this is probably the thinnest point. You're looking at 2mm. So yeah, it's certainly a thicker blade. So up here, I haven't sharpened that because it's actually illegal in the country I live in, which is Australia, to sharpen a swedge. I don't know why exactly, probably because it makes it a bit easier to, I don't know why the laws are the way they are, but they are. So I follow them, and although I did polish that to give it a fake cutting surface, it's not actually sharpened. And in America, though, if you want to sharpen that to, you could use, that is a straight piece along there. It's probably not hardened. These days, when they do the hardening of the steel, they actually do it more half the knife, or they do it along the edge more so that they leave the rest of the knife so that it's not brittle, so that it actually has some flex without cracking or breaking. Or so yeah, it could be done, but how much cutting ability it'll give you, I don't really know. As far as the powder coating goes, I think it's powder coating, I'm not really sure. It's very well done. It's got an excellent little logo that Tops have done that they put on most of their knives, if not all. And yeah, very well designed little knife by Joe. Very impressed over here in Australia. Unfortunately, I haven't put it through its paces with the bushcrafting side of it, but just everyday task. It does quite well at. So it would be better if it was a bit more slicey, but yeah, for around the house and workshop, it's quite a good little tool to have. But I keep it more with the certificate and so forth, just as a bit of a keepsake, bit of a I don't know, a bit of a collector type piece. So that's about it. I really just wanted to let you see a decommissioned knife by Joe and by Tops collaboration, and I'll leave you with it. I'd like to bring you more reviews and so forth of different blades and knives and different items. If you'd like to see more, if you could please subscribe and like the video. Thank you so much, and until the next review, I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.